So tell me again why we are upholding a suppression order to protect pedophiles in this country, right up from prime ministers down to dignitaries, down to medical staff, psychiatrists, teachers, community workers, child protection workers, police officers. Why are we meant to keep the secrets of these people in the judicial system that have committed heinous crimes? We have our own P. Diddy case going on here in Australia, and it's coming from the very top. Remember in my last post when I said Liberal and Labor Party are the same birds of a feather? Well, they are. And these two parties are now trying to make it very hard for independents to get voted in, because they've banded together to make sure that independents do not override them in the next election, because they know that the Australian public have had enough of them. We all know that this is the case. The 28, 29 names, whatever they are, have been floating around on the internet for the last few years. But it's not your secret to hold. It is not my secret to hold, just because a judge put a suppression order on there for 99 years. Who are you trying to protect? That would say that we are complicit in these crimes as well, because we're supposed to keep our mouths shut. Now, this is making a mockery of the Australian Constitution, the Australian public, the Australian laws that we're supposed to all abide by. This is sending a wrong message to the rest of the country that if a politician or someone in government or someone in power commits a crime, we are to keep their secrets. Well, it's not my secret to hold. You went into an Aboriginal community in the northwest of Western Australia. You bulldozed their houses for a handful of people that committed a crime. Then you did the same thing in Northern Territory, where you accused a whole population of offences, and you did the very same thing. And you named them, and you put their faces and names all out there. You even did reports on them. But a report that was done on all these dignitaries has now been suppressed, as if they are better than the average Australian in this country. Well, you're not. It is not your lie to hold, and it's not my lie to keep. Your name should be out there just like everyone else with your heinous crimes that you have committed.
Extraordinary claims coming out of Canberra tonight, with a former Prime Minister allegedly on a list of suspected pedophiles. Liberal Senator Bill Heffernan, who is pushing for the Child Abuse Royal Commission to include the legal profession, told an explosive Senate hearing he has a police list of 28 prominent suspects.
There's a former Prime Minister on this list, and it is a police document.
And now I'd like to introduce to you Fiona Barnett, that's Barnett, who is one of the bravest people you will ever have the privilege to meet.
Throughout my childhood, I was a victim of Australia's VIP child sex trafficking ring. For example, I was prostituted to pedophile parties at Parliament House, Canberra, and to an international leader at Fairbairn Military Airport. The people involved in this elite pedophile ring included high-ranking politicians, police and judiciary. From the late 1980s, I reported my abuse experiences to multiple healthcare professionals, not one of whom adhered to mandatory reporting requirements. I reported to New South Wales Police in 2008. I reported to the Royal Commission in 2012. I reported to Operation Attest in Canberra. I made formal witness statements to New South Wales Police and have agreed to do more. I've reported directly to the New South Wales and Federal Police Commissioners and to the New South Wales Coroner. I have provided sufficient names, times, dates and places for authorities to investigate. My experiences were horrific beyond words. I witnessed child abduction, torture, rape, murder. But the way I've been treated for reporting the crimes I witnessed and experienced has been far worse than my original abuse experiences. Victims endure the most miserable childhoods. We then spend the rest of our lives paying for the crimes committed against us. Victims are constantly placed under excessive scrutiny. If we can't provide a precise time and date for something that happened 40 years ago, we're called liars. If we get emotional, we're labelled crazy. If we are vocal, we're just attention seekers. It's time to focus our attention away from victims and onto those responsible for the crimes against children. In the 2006 census, Australians identified child protection as their #1 concern. Why then does our government continue to ignore the public's concern for children? Australia is a pedophile haven. Our laws are written, interpreted and administered in a way that benefits pedophiles and silences victims of crime.